It's time to draft, and maybe this time on weekly winners, and we try and draft full week one. I mean, we'll keep the entire, season in mind, obviously. I'm going to try and draft a team that can win $20K every individual week, but on the contest called weekly winners, you can focus on 1 week. Your entire team could get abducted by aliens and be returned safely in week 17, and you could run them all out in 1 week in week 17 and win $20K. Every single week is individually compartmentalized, and we're going to kind of try to play it by ear to build a team that can try and win in week number 1 specifically, but a team we're going to chew gum and walk at the same time, but build a team that could at least in week 2 try and win and have a really good squad. But we're doing it live. The Fantasy Football Show Draft Edition, Graveyard Edition begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday,
8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
If you want to know, I have this little number up on the...
Live from the
What the heck's going on there?
FantasyFootballShow.
What's going on there? That little number of Caleb up on my Instagram. I know it's another Caleb post. You guys are going to get mad. Oh, why you keep talking about Caleb? Some of you Caleb believers. But go check out that little number we got up there on IG. What is it? Look, Caleb was reportedly, according to, I believe it was NFL Network, interviewing Tom Brady. And they said, hey, Caleb, goal is to win more Super Bowls than you. I mean, look, it's good that people have goals, but Tom Brady's expression was like, huh? What? What are you talking about? There's also a video clip I just posted on Instagram. If you're not following me on IG, go do it live. This is not IG. This is IG. Go follow me on Instagram because your boy's got another clip of Eckler returning kicks. I don't know. I'd like to know what you think in the comments of that video. It has like 8,000 views in like 4 minutes. So people are very intrigued about it. And I'd love to know your thoughts on it. So go check that out. We are drafting, ladies and gentlemen. We are drafting right now on Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Smitty. Here's the link right here if you want to jump into the draft. $10 minimum to sign up. You just hit this link. I'll pin the link in the live chat right now so you guys can find it later if you hear me rambling about it. But basically, all you got to do is click this link. Code Smitty will be inserted for you. Gosh dang it. My stupid internet. I mean, I'm connected here, but my other internet's down for a second. So hold on, I'll have to get to that second. Theo, what's up? You got 30 seconds because I'm preparing for a draft here. What can I do for you?
I have an offer that I can send. They let me send
hit that link,
Caleb guys. Or Addison or Ladd, or Caleb and Addison or Caleb and Ladd for Hurts. Which wide receiver do you prefer out of Ladd or Addison? It's a super flex league.
I'd probably rather keep. That's a tough one. Chat, vote on that one. The reason it's tough is because we don't know what Minnesota is. Minnesota's locked down to JJM. Does JJM have the ability to facilitate to both Hawkinson to Addison to JJ to the tune that Addison could be even a shell of his former self. I don't know. I kind of would say bank on, I guess, McConkey. So McConkey and Addison's only difference, I guess. Vote, guys, if you'd rather have Addison or McConkey. I don't know. I want to say Addison, bro. Addison feels like a really good player, but he can't be the number one for his team. He can't. Where McConkey could. What's that team look like? I don't know. But at least he's getting the number one targets probably. I'd go McConkey, but that's me. Guys, jump real quickly, Theo. Hold on one second. Jump into the weekly winners. Click on it right now. I'm going to wait about 8 seconds to join, so there's a little bit of a YouTube delay. Keep Hurts. I don't think he's trading Hurts. You're getting Hurts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting Hurts, Adam. Calm down. Or no, Al. Calm down, Al. Adam says Ladd. But it's Darnold, says Isaac. Now you really... So, guys, hopefully you got into the draft. If you didn't and you got into a different one, no big deal. No big deal. Jump into the one right after. And if you're in the one before, or whatever reason, you clicked the button too early or something, don't worry. We're drafting together. We're doing it live together. Theo, hold on. You can stay on the line if you want. Phone lines will be open here in a second if you guys want to dial in. Let me just click on... let me just get this draft up. All right, let me show the draft board. Okay, here we go. So I got the 4 pick. This is weekly winners. What does weekly winners mean? It means you're drafting to try and win any individual week. They're all individually separate from one another. There's no playoffs. There's no, week 14, did you make it in? Literally, week 17, you can win 20K. Week 14, you can win 20K. Week 10, you can win 20K. And then there's prizes, 10K to second. And none of the weeks have to do with each other. You could literally have your whole team be suspended from weeks 1 through 16. And in week 17, the final week, they can go out there, be the highest scoring team out of everybody in the entire contest, and you win 20K. That's all it is. Weekly winners, exactly like it sounds. So the draft strategy is a little bit different. We're going to potentially try... Theo, what are we trying to do here? Week 1. I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm spitballing this bad boy. I'm going to be on the clock here in a second. What matchups do we like? Cardinals, Bills. We like that, right? Cardinals, Bills. Yeah. Packers, Eagles. We like that. Packers, Eagles. What else do we like?
Are you in the Superflex?
Theo, you're not paying attention. Theo, you're gone, Theo.
Finish him. Call terminated.
You're worse than Ziggy. We're practically on the clock. You weren't paying attention. You're supposed to be my consigliere. What are you doing? Chat, what are we doing? What team are we trying to draft here? I don't know if I'm going to make this pick based on that strategy. Theo, call back in a few minutes, okay? We'll give you another try. What do we want here? What do we want? Rams and Lions is good. Rams, Lions. Okay. Let's put this right here. We'll reference it as we go. If anybody has any ideas, toss them out. Let's try and smash the hell out of this. St. Brown is there. We're trying to win weekly winners. We could go Gibbs. Do we go Gibbs? Do we go St. Brown? Let's go... We'll go St. Brown. We'll go St. Brown. I went St. Brown. I kind of wanted to go Gibbs. I really did. Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, Bijan. Who's in this draft? Ron Navy in the 1 spot. We got Bob in the 2. We got Miles in the 7. We got Shubes in the 8. Troy and Ray G. Not the easiest thing to do is put my strategy on my forehead and draft. Phone lines are open. Theo, you can call back too. I didn't ban you from the phone line or anything. I just hung up on you because I asked you a simple question, Theo. You're supposed to be my consigliere of the moment. Phone lines are open. Dial into the attic.shop phone lines, baby.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Harvest says, what's the weekly winners? Go start the beginning of the show, bro. I'll explain it to you at the very beginning, bro, and then come right back. St. Brown, we went St. Brown, pal. Adams in the 3. Okay. Ken, what's up, my guy? Do I trust CMC after the Madden cover? I don't know. That's a tough one. It's kind of like you don't want it, but it's not really a death sentence yet anymore. It used to be like you don't want that. You don't want that. In case you can't tell, the new branding on the page here, Code Smitty gets it done. Let me pin that live chat or that link in the live chat. Play Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty, pinned in the live chat. Do a draft just alongside of us. We got one super chat waiting to be answered. I fixed the stupid alert and it's still not. Let's see if this fixes it. I might have to do this manually each time, but if I do this manually and if somebody does want to drop a super or a gifted membership, it should alert it now. I think I just might have to turn it on, do something in the back end, turn it on and off, and it might work. Swift is a good luck. Is the good luck Chuck of football, says Isaac. Thanks, Isaac, for the super chat. Appreciate you, my good buddy. Okay, John says what the wide receiver at the end of rounds are hard to come by. What rounds, bro? At the end of every round? Okay. So weekly winners, I don't know that this is our guy, swing from the 6th spot, but this is kind of proof of why weekly winners is slightly different. And again, we're probably rolling with this. We're on the clock. Let's quickly go over to the schedule. We're looking at LA. We're looking at the Lions. We're looking at let's see here. I'm gonna go Jalen Hurts here. We're gonna smash the hell. I know this is early, but this is weeklies. There's a big difference. There's a lot of times the quarterbacks go super early in this. A lot of times you can see somebody takes Mahomes and freaking Kelsey back to back in the 2nd and 3rd round. Weeklies are wild. And I'm trying to smash week 1. I'm trying to win week 1. We're going to go Philadelphia at home against Green Bay. Hurts is going to have a freaking field day. I got different ways I could take this to in terms of my cuffing situation or my stacking situation. Hurts is going to ball out on week 1. Absolutely smash. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Josh Allen, I like it. Christian McCaffrey, nice job, Ron. Tilted Bob, looking good. I could go 100 different ways here. Dell, I like that. Ron's looking to get a little Tank Dell action. Tank Dell is going up against the Colts. Okay, I see what you're doing there. I see you, Ron. 503 caller. What's your name, 503 caller, and where are you calling from?
My name is Travis. I'm calling from Salem, Oregon.
What's up, Travis from Oregon?
How's it going, man?
What's up, man?
I had a couple questions. Kind of just wanted to get Smitty's thoughts on drafting on Underdog during the off season, because last year is my first year kind of doing it.
Hey, hold on one second, bro. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Let me just get a draft pick in here.
Debo.
I was timing out. It's not the most ideal matchup I wanted against the Jets.
You're good.
Damn it. Sorry, go ahead, bro. I should have answered the phones yet. It's not your fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. Go ahead.
No worries. I was just curious if you've seen a trend in your drafts as far as the success you've had and where we're at in the off season. I just noticed last year I had a lot of success in July, and I don't know why, if it was just the correlation of having, some information but not complete information or what, but have you noticed you do better, June, July, August.
Look, I've said this before that there's pockets in the off season where you can take advantage of news. Yeah, it's a primetime game. I had him queued. So Debo got selected. But the fact that he runs the ball and, the Jets are going to potentially try and shut down as much of the pass as they can. I could see Debo getting a ton of work. So I'm fine with that matchup. Plus, this is not just for week one. I'm trying to win all the other weeks anyway. But as I was saying, bro, there's pockets in the offseason where you can take full advantage of the Kyron Williams, the Achane. You could take advantage of when values, drop, like Kyron with the Quorum situation. Quorum's going to, be the only guy there while Kyron sits out 2 weeks, and now Kyron's back in the snap of a finger and doesn't feel like he even left. Those things happen, right, bro. I think there's an optimal time to draft early on, just because I feel like a lot of our sleepers gain momentum. But that doesn't mean there aren't opportunities like right now versus in January, right now, or versus in February or wherever. Like wherever you were trying to draft, if it was in a draft with your buddies or whatever, a dynasty startup or underdog fantasy drafts, you could get tons of value early, but you could also get tons of value with all the freakouts right now. Just the small little thing like JD5 not maybe being the bona fide starter yet. Like today's news said that they don't know if he's necessarily the starter yet. That might kick JD5 down a handful of picks. Who the hell knows? There's always optimal situations. There's always opportunity. But I would say in general, yeah, our sleepers will always gain momentum. Look at London on the Moonman list. We can't even really say he's a value anymore, but we had him. Hold on a second, bro. Here, call right back in like 5 minutes. I gotta focus here. Okay. Jeez. What are we doing here? I'm gonna time out. I should have answered the freaking phone. We need an RB. Jeez. We might have to do a second draft, and I might have to do it with declared phone lines. My week one strategy is all out the window. Just completely out the window. Guys getting drafted, not optimal week one matchups. I still like my team quite a bit, but I might have to just completely throw the week one out the window, restart, and do another one after this draft. This might have opened the door to a second draft. This might have really opened the door to a second draft. Rock out with a $2 hauler. Appreciate you, Rock out. That's my fault. I shouldn't have opened the phone line at the beginning of the draft. I should not have done it. Here's my squad so far. Amon-Ra, Jalen Hurts, Debo, Isaiah Pacheco. It's a good team, but it's definitely not as week one driven as I wanted to. It's also hard to do it when everyone knows you're doing it and you're drafting with 5-6 people that can just step all over your situation. You know what I mean? So maybe this is a better video attempt to do this when I'm just recording it and not in here live with you guys. Not to mention everybody sniping the hell out of this strategy. Like look at the RBs in round 2. Achane at 16. Kyron at 20. These are all our people. All our people scooping them up left and right. There's no values to be had. All right, on the clock again. We'll stick to the plan a little bit. I went Jaden Reed. Let me do this real quick. Beautiful. No Hollywood, Smitty. What makes you think I'd pick Hollywood every time, Ron? Ron, you're like my mom. You hear something, and then you hear it completely different. I bet you think I don't like Pickens, based on our conversation the other night. I bet you truly believe what you heard was I don't like Pickens, is what you heard the other night. And I don't take Hollywood, and Ron's like, oh, you don't take Hollywood every time now? What the hell is going on, Ron? What's going on? Jeez. I've got to say, I feel like your community has become too insecure. The reaches. Yeah, you guys, we got to stop reaching on some of this. This reaching is ridiculous. I'm tempted to... We'll do another one, don't worry. We'll do 2 tonight. We don't normally do 2 because your boy's so exhausted by all the live streams that we do on this channel, because we go live just about more than anybody you could possibly find on Earth times 2. But we need to do a second one probably. I'm tempted to... Kamara, let's go to some of these teams. Gibbs, H.N. Cup, Anthony Richardson, Pitts. It's a good team, though. It's a pretty good team, Jay Honey. A.J. Brown, Marvin Harrison, D.K. Jacobs, Keon Coleman, Burrow. Not bad squad, Ray G. Let's see here. I've got a handful of players that are still that I like a lot right here. I think I'm abandoning the week 1 attack. I mean, maybe not. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm probably going to abandon the week 1 attack. Got Amon Ra, Jalen Hurts, Deebo Samuel, Isaiah Pacheco, Jaden Reed, Zamir White. Rockout says, how do you do, Smitty, how do you beat reaches in a Snipe City? To take the value as it comes. It was my fault to try and do a strategic thing with you guys. I should have recorded this or entered the draft before I went live or something like that. Because you can't deploy these cemented in strategies. They're hard enough to do to begin with because of the best player available policy that I practice. But they're even more difficult when you're in an environment where your sleepers will not fall. You know, when your sleepers cannot fall, how are you going to do something crafty? You know what I'm saying? So, I do like my squad, though. I mean, it's one of those weekly winner type teams. You know, Amon Ra, Jalen Hurts, Deebo, Isaiah Pacheco, Jaden Reed, Zamir White. Pretty solid little squad. And again, rock out. You just gotta take it as it comes. You can't try and when you're in a snipe situation, you can't let people affect your draft strategy by being freaking out and having to have every single guy. Let's see if I. It's a tad bit early, but I did try and get that Lions wide receiver value smashed. How do you pass on Tyreek though? Because we were trying to crush week 1, and I was trying to use Detroit. That's why. Not to mention St. Brown's in weekly winners, bro. St. Brown can have huge weeks, man. So can Tyreek, but it's like a whole different ball game. I do like the Dolphins matchup at home against the Jags, though. I mean, I don't hate that. We were trying to build a Detroit team. 10 spot. You always forget my tag. I do always forget your tag, bro. Nick. I always forget it, bro. I always look for Sick Nasty. I'm sorry. Thank you for the $2 holler, my boy. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Rock out. I'll get to the DMs in a bit. I can't play or get to my DMs till the draft's over. So remind me again later, okay? Let's see what players I want to consume. Are the phone lines open? Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
My team's already not week 1 relevant anymore, so you guys can dial in. I'm gonna try to do these videos off of the live stream. That way I can pretty much show you what I would do in a normal situation. Lions have a cake schedule for week 3. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Good week 2. All right, where are we at? Snipe City's ridiculous. It's almost like in some ways, like I don't want to say pointless to draft together. I don't mean the way that it sounds, but it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like the drafts look like so out of whack. Let me see if I can. All right. Let's go. We got Hurts and Goddard. Jameson and Amon-Ra. I've got Debo, Pacheco, Jaden Reed. Should have a good day. Just want to give a shout out to your boy Smitty. Remember, everyone Pickens to the moon this year, says Tebow. You and Ron Navy will be fast friends on this show today. But we love Pickens. We love, despite what Ron thinks, we love Pickens here. It's just a matter of liking two players at the same time it happens. Warren and Najee, Ron's cuffing together. I like that. McCaffrey, Allen, Tank, Kincaid, Pickens, Worthy, Najee, Warren. Like it. Looks good. How many receivers do I have? Devo, Jaden Reed, or Jameson. I got 4 wide receivers. Might be looking at I guess I'll go Brian Thomas Jr. Just wanted to give a shout out to our boy. Oh, that was a $20 hauler by Tebow. What am I doing? Tebow, appreciate you, pal.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
I didn't even notice that was a $20 hauler, Tebow. I'm sorry, bro. Appreciate you. Tebow to the moon.
To the moon.
God, this draft got all jacked up. I don't hate my team. Do you ever do a bully running back in the top? Absolutely. I go running back more than I like to admit. It's very, very frowned upon in the best ball industry. Yeah, you can't do that. I do it all the time. You got to do a lot of different strategies, when they fall. John says take Gus at least once. Not even in an auto, John. Tebow to the moon. Appreciate you, Tebow. Tebow time. I'll move this number over here. That gives us kind of the whole lay of the land. Christian McCaffrey. Okay, so CeeDee Lamb. What is going on here from the 2 pick? Holy wide receiver, bro. What in the hell is going on here? Those running backs are not. That's not one of ours. Those running backs are not going to get it done. I mean, they're good receivers. Like Lamb, Adams, Lave, Pittman, Neighbors. That is kind of one of those, okay, at least the wide receivers are worth a little bit of the, you know what I mean? Like they're kind of worth the gamble, you could say, to go crazy, wild, strategy. But damn. Got Goddard already, right? My team so far, I've got Hurts, Pacheco, Zamir, Amon-Ra, Debo, Jaden Reed, Jameson, Brian Thomas Jr., Dallas Goddard, Blake. Let's see. I know if I said Blake, I knew he's a good. How are you gonna draft in this environment? How are you gonna draft? I can't even talk about who I'm gonna draft. I can't even do it. Jeez. Let's see here. You gotta be kidding me. Let's go with a little A-Rod action. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Blake, well, I'll just hold back. Did he say Blake? Rock out the autos like Nico Collins at pick 2.1. The auto. Good. Take him early. Jeez. Okay. Oh, Wes had Kyron. Okay, that makes sense then. That's good. Wes, you don't have to worry about sniping me either. You're paying your hard-earned money. You got to do what you got to do, bro. Don't ever apologize for sniping. Don't ever apologize for sniping somebody. What are you going to do? Throw your money down the drain? What if you could win 20K and you're worried about sniping and then you lose 20K? Gifted memberships didn't work. The damn thing, I fixed it. It doesn't work. Gifted memberships. We got Tebow with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, pal, for dropping those. Tebow to the mother freaking moon. I guess it didn't fix it. I could have swore I fixed it. I really thought I did. It worked earlier in the other show. I do need an RB here. So I'm probably going to go with Chase Brown, I guess. You got to make sure you turn on your gifted memberships so you accept them as well, bro. Someone said they didn't get one. Oh, Travis, I'm so sorry, bro. If I ever put you on hold that long, just remind me you're there. What's up? You're live.
Yeah, no, I was just finishing eating anyway, so I was going to chomp in on the phone.
Yeah, this draft didn't go as planned. I can't plan something so specific when everyone is seeing my draft on my sleeve.
Oh, there's that, and then like you said, you usually don't open the phones till like round 10.
It's my stupid fault. I don't hate my team, but it definitely, like I would have went Tyreek Hill over Amon-Ra had I knew I was going to abort my plan. But Amon-Ra, Jalen Hurts, Debo, Pacheco, Jaden Reed, Zamir White, Jameson Williams, Goddard. The bottom line is Amon can score with anybody on any given week, and since it's weeklies, I'm not like, it's not a big deal, but I definitely would have went a different way. At least Pacheco's got I like Pacheco way more in weeklies than in non-weeklies because he does have some potential to have huge touchdown numbers in certain games. Not a bad team. Pacheco, Debo, Hurts, Amon-Ra, Jaden Reed, Zamir White. I think it could be pretty solid. Zamir White's getting a lot of work. Dallas Goedert.
A ton of touches.
Yeah, Jameson and Amon-Ra make pretty good sense for this team. It's getting thin, though. I don't know what I'm going to do with this next pick. I can fit a little bit more in if I make this smaller. Whoa. Who should I pick at this next pick, Travis? Who's your guy?
Let's see. Oh, I just lost the screen. There it is. What position do you need?
I've got.
How many running backs you got?
Yeah, so far I'm hesitant to say who's available. I got Pacheco, White, and Chase Brown. I'm very light. Pacheco, Zamir White, Chase Brown. My receivers are Amon-Ra, Debo, Jaden Reed, Jameson Williams, Brian Thomas Jr. I got Goddard, I got Hurts, I got Aaron Rodgers. Running backs. Well, I guess let me get a little closer.
A couple running backs I like.
Yeah, let me get a little closer, and then we'll attack it. I'm trying to put. I'm trying to put my face on the screen without. It's really small though. Not that I care about my own mug, but okay, we'll just leave it like that for now.
Chandler just won. I was going to say it. I like Chandler. I know you're not as high on him as I am, but
yeah. I got one more guy right here. Hold on, that I may or may not take. Wide receiver. There's a couple guys I really like at wide receiver. I'm going to wait on. Tight end. I've got Goddard, but I'll look at a couple backups here in a second. Quarterbacks, I don't know that I'm going to do much yet. Kirk Cousins just went. Kendre Miller is probably my pick here, or do I go Vidal?
I love Miller.
Vidal or Kendre?
I like Kendra better, but go with the gut.
Let's go Kendre.
Whichever one.
Let's go Kendre.
I just think we didn't see near what Kendra's potential is. He was hurt like most of the year. And
Yeah.
just never got going. I like Vidal too. I wonder if there's a little bit too much hype on him. But
You know what I would?
and with Harbaugh, you never know.
You know what I wish they'd introduce is the 15-second timer. It wouldn't be for everybody. Like it would. A lot of people wouldn't like it necessarily. But
Pepper to snipe.
I would enjoy it. I definitely would have to focus a little more.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
time out. I
don't
time
do
out
it
as it is, but I still would enjoy
I
it.
don't even do a ton of the quick drafts just because I like to think about the picks and stuff. So I tend to do slow drafts. I do a few of the quick ones just to make sure I'm ready to do time drafts later. So.
Yeah. Let me do this real quick. All right, on the clock here in a second. Yeah, this draft is crazy. Some of these picks were just wild. Kelsey at 6. It is weeklies. There are some weird strategies that get used on weeklies. So but Kelsey at 6 was wildly high. And of course Vidal goes right before my pick. You SOBs. You SOBs, man. Let's go with I'm going to go with Malachi Corley. You can cuff him to my boy Aaron Rodgers. We're definitely doing another one. What's up, Ron? You're live.
What's going on? I'm in 2 right now. I'm in the one we're doing and another one, but I timed out in ours, but I had queued. So I took 2 players that were in my queue way too early. But you know what, Theo, you don't actually watch news, do you? You don't hear that Calvin Austin's been blowing it up in camp. So who are you to say
I was going to ask you.
who is Calvin Austin?
I like him.
Oh yeah,
Hoping he
yeah.
gets
But
a shot
Theo's
this year.
Plus Ron's
Basically
trying to. He's
doesn't
got
look
the 3 wide receivers. He's cornerstoning the 3 wide receivers. So, if there's some rhyme or
Don't
reason.
be so
to it.
defensive, Rob. Don't be so defensive.
Who's defensive?
Who,
Who's
Ron?
defensive?
This is Ron's resting voice. What are you talking about, Travis? This is Ron taking the trash out. This is Ron's resting heart rate.
No, I could have got him in the last damn run, but I timed out and I took both of those players. I was going to take them that early, but oh well, happens.
Yeah, it's all right.
I do need to do more drafts. I do need to do more drafts offline though, because I can't really. There's not much you can show people in this environment. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no way to be like, let me show. Like, if I want to go live and go, everybody, thanks for watching the Fantasy Football Show, tuning in live. Let me show you a deployment of the Kyron Achane stack in rounds 2 and 3. You can't. There's no way. This is like, never mind. Join me next time. So, I mean, you can't. You can't. You can't. Look. No, I know, but I mean, look at all these guys getting sniped left and right. Yeah, it does prepare you for the big dance. Gets you all ready to go for the ball. Hurts, Aaron Rodgers. Maybe I'm gonna go just because I don't know what in the hell you guys are gonna do. I'll go Braylon Allen. I need another RB, somebody that can get touchdowns. So I got Pacheco, Zamir, Chase Brown, Kendra Miller, Braylon Allen. Pretty weak running back crew. I don't like this team at all. St. Brown, Debo Samuel, Jaden Reed, Jamison Williams.
You just said you liked it though.
But it's shaping out badly.
I like Chase Brown and Kendra Miller. I think they're gonna.
Those are the ones that
one of
can
them
surprise you though.
Ron, did you see the show earlier or no? The early one. What do you think about the Trevor Lawrence contract?
Oh, that's huge.
It's bigly. That's
do you think
bigly.
they could have done it? Bigly.
Huh?
I said that's bigly. He asked if he should have done it. Should they have given him the $55 million per year and made him tied with Joe Burrow for the highest paid annual quarterback annually?
No, he doesn't deserve that yet.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard because like the quarterback position is that weird one where you gotta like, you gotta way overpay, and then it catches up. The market catches up later. It's not like something that you can
roll the dice.
You have to overpay, and then the next quarterback that comes in goes right over that.
Yeah, I don't know. At some point, it's like I get Trevor Lawrence. He's on the edge of being, in the top, not the top tier quarterbacks, like the really good ones. But like at some point, like some owner has to stop. Like, and I'm all for the players getting money, but like these Danny Dimes contracts, and if Tua gets $50 million, $55 million, like it's just getting to the point of crazy. Like at some point, someone has to say, no, we'll just franchise you, and like if you're great, all right, we'll pay him more than we were going to, but it'll be worth it because we know we have an elite quarterback.
But it's just like the Ayuk situation, right? Is he worth less?
Kind of.
Yes, but it is because I mean when the market keeps being reset, the longer you wait, the more you're going to end up paying that person because the market's been reset so many times. So is worth that?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
not,
get what you're
but
saying. I agree. I guess I look at quarterback as like a little different, where like if you have that quarterback, it's priceless. So I wouldn't mind not taking that risk of having 4 or 5 years.
Tebow, let's not step on each other.
Tebow snuck in.
Tebow, let's not step on each other, pal.
Snuck in.
Let's not step on each other, okay? This guy's got 8 drafts going. Great, he's for sure gonna make it into the one that I quick launch.
Try to sneak in one.
I know, bro. Let's go with the Jahmyr Gibbs. and follow suit with the Detroit Lion matchup. Ron, I need everybody's help on this one, and we can help Tebow too. Tebow, let's not step on each other, pal. Let's figure out. But you gotta draft who you want because it's $20K on the line. Let's figure out how to win this weekly here. Ron, what are some of your favorite week one matchups here? We got Green Bay Green Bay versus Philly. We've got Cardinals at Buffalo. Rams at Lions.
I like that one.
Jaguars at Dolphins.
I like those last two.
Jaguars at Dolphins. Colts Houston at the Colts. What do you guys like in here?
I like that Cardinals and Buffalo.
Game. The Colts and Texans. That could be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
Which one?
Colts and Texans.
Oh yeah. I like that one too. All right, let's try and keep week one in mind. I'm not going to force it, but man, I can't figure out how I want to set up the camera here. I'm like it's bothering me. Maybe I just need more information over on the left side to balance it out and that make me feel better. Is this bother anybody that this box is so small? I don't care about seeing my own face, but I know that like you definitely don't want to see just the screen. But like, tell me if this is too small. Anybody? And if I can, I'll overlap it somewhere. But it works a little better. Okay. Who just took Achan? I don't know if that's one of our people or not. I'm gonna go Kyron here, boys, because in weeklies he's going a lot higher. He's five players down. The Rams matchup is fantastic. I'm going with the Rams at Detroit. Detroit Rams. This is a great shootout matchup. It's Sunday night. It's a night game. You love that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a good one. I got two fantastic picks. I'm going running back, which is not what anybody wants. Andrew wants me to zoom in on my forehead.
Commanders Buccaneers could be a sleeper matchup there. Neither one has a very good defense.
Callie says the small box is good. I don't want to see my own mug, but I'm just saying, like, I want to make sure you guys feel like, okay, I'm not just looking at like a visual, you know. Smitty, the flashing box on the last frame is kind of annoying. The flashing box on the last frame. What do you mean? You mean my candle?
Underneath, like on the whiteboard in the background?
Lantern? Yeah. I'll probably cover it up.
Do you have that? I don't know. Maybe it's too hard to do. That list of like upcoming players.
Stay away from Juan Johnson because he's got to have foot surgery. Don't know how long he's going to be out.
Yeah,
Juan Johnson.
I timed out on our other draft. Yeah. Damn it. I got hurt. Who'd I get?
Draft.
Who'd I time out on? Marvin Mims. What in the hell?
Mims. There we go.
Damn you.
Damn you, Marvin. It'll turn out good for you.
Damn
Wrong Marvin.
Marvin. You son of a bee.
Son of a bee. Son of a bee.
All right, weekly winners. How many picks away am I? 6 picks. Okay. So we're coming up. What does Tebow have? Tebow's got Tyreek and Nico. Okay. I see what you're doing there. Don't worry, I'm not taking Tua or Stroud. You're safe. I like Stroud, but I'm going to be trying for a couple different things. Didn't see him enough. He could be good. Yeah, I'll try and put something. But is everybody okay with this layout? Does the board look good? Do you guys like the board view here? On top of that,
I like seeing the board. Yeah.
Yeah. On top of that, I mean, I guess I could put the available players here. Well,
will they fit on the left or no? Maybe it's too big. about your picks over the looks, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
want you to
Let's
miss
focus.
out.
Let's focus. Hurts. That was what I wanted there. Damn it. Damn it. I mean, I could go AR5 or Mahomes, or I could just wait on a quarterback here and try and figure something out. But running backs, I mean, I don't know that I want to go running back again. I need wide receivers. I could go Cooper Kupp with that Rams matchup. I think that's pretty good. I could go Devontae Smith. I could go Tank Dell. Cooper Kupp. I'm going to go Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp ain't bad here.
Especially early in the season, week 1.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good one to have, especially if you get like a good amount of value out of him initially.
You know who is becoming a problem with ADP is Jaden Daniels. Every slow draft I'm in, whether it's with our people or someone else's, he's getting taken 25, 30 picks ahead of ADP. Like if you, like in the slow drafts anyway that I do. But I'm thinking his ADP is going to start jumping, but I don't know.
Yeah. Let me see if I can. I mean, this shows the players here if I have to come back to it. I'll figure out a better layout later.
That's not bad, though.
Hey, did you see the Dalmatian?
You had it.
No, how much is a Dalmatian?
Of course, it's a 101. 101 Dalmatians. Under $1.
Oh, that's right. I'm so used to hearing the.
5-1.
I'm so used to hearing the dog names. I wasn't even looking for it. Conor McGregor.
Superflex is also $100, but
Yeah.
it's 3 max entry.
Yeah, rock out the Conor McGregor fight was canceled. Such a bummer.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's one of the big reasons. Do I go Dell here, broskies, right? Dell or Neighbors? Neighbors ain't bad either, but I like Dell here.
I like
the week
Dell against, like Rod said that.
Yeah, the week 1 matchup is fantastic. Let's go with we got Kelsey still on the board and Kincaid and McBride though. I'm gonna go wide receiver. To get Cooper Kupp and Dell to go with Kyron and Gibbs, pretty phenomenal. This is what I'm talking about.
You can take care of tight end later.
This is what I'm talking about. See what you can do when you don't live in a Snipeville. it's insane.
Tebow went 3 straight wide receivers. You got IU.
Good. Keep doing it. Keep doing it live. Tebow's on the phone. Tebow's on the phone. Tebow, before I come to you, John's been waiting a long time patiently. John, what's up, my guy? You're live. Thank you. Rock out.
Let me make sure it's music. Okay, yeah. Hey, I noticed that in a lot of drafts you're taking Brian Thomas. Do you have high expectations for him?
I haven't taken Brian Thomas once. But I do. But we talked about it today. I don't know where you saw that, but I haven't. But we talked about it today.
Didn't you take him last draft?
I did not. I don't.
Yeah, in the last draft.
Oh, I probably timed out. on him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Brian Thomas Jr. I'm sorry. I was thinking you were saying Brian Robinson. I'm sorry. My brain was fried. Yeah, I heard that for some reason in my mind. Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. You didn't say Junior, so it didn't like trigger. But yeah, I haven't. I took him last draft. I don't know if I've taken him in a ton of drafts though, but I definitely like him. I definitely think he looks good. He looks good right now, catching the football in practice, and on top of that, I feel like they're going to use him. They're not using him like Ridley. They're putting.
They drafted him for Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about him. He was a guy we were pretty excited about. Yeah, that Conor McGregor fight really pissed me off that they canceled.
Yeah, they changed McGregor. I guess he had some injury. I don't know what the deal is. That's unfortunate. Big McGregor fan. Anyhow, do you think he's gonna have more targets than Davis? Do you think like they're gonna actually use him to his fullest potential?
Yeah, I do. I'm pretty excited about him, my guy. I'm really excited about him. I think that there's a lot of opportunity. Damn it, Tebow, you might want to take Stroud here. Okay. Because there's no way I could have let him go.
Oh, don't worry. I wasn't going to let him go.
Okay. I was going to say, there's no way he would have made it back to you. So I wasn't going to sit him there. Hold on, boys. Let me make my pick real quick. Your boy Pickens just went, Ron. I was going to take Pickens here. I don't mind Jaden Reed, though. I don't mind Jaden Reed.
What is this I'm hearing that Ron has a beef with Pickens? What's this? He's disputing that he's what?
He has a beef with anybody that doesn't think Pickens is better than anyone close to his ADP. But do I go Reed or Kyle Pitts, Burrow or Kyler? I think I could wait. I don't know who else is in this draft.
Burrow. You gotta get your boy Burrow.
Yeah, we'll do it live.
Yeah, I guess the QB I got is Kincaid did go.
Justice Pitts.
A little run on tight end.
We'll go Burrow.
No, it's just the other night it just astonished me because even with a bad quarterback last year, Pickens had over 1,100 yards, double what Hollywood had.
Thank
more
you.
catches.
Hollywood was hurt too.
Yeah, but we can't. But Ron, you keep saying Hollywood last year. Like none of that. Like we understand that. But Ron, because he moved teams and no one's drafting him based on last year's numbers. But I'm just telling you, like you want to use it. You want to use it once, fine. But like you keep going back to it. You're like, look at last year's. No one's drafting Hollywood Brown off last year. Nobody. So like I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. We love Pickens. We all love Pickens. He was a moon man last year. But I think it's a normal conversation to have, which is where I think you just have a problem with people saying Pickens or Hollywood. They went back to back. Ron. That's all we're saying. Is Hollywood and Pickens is a debate. Doesn't mean that I don't take Pickens 1 time out of 3 or 2 times out of 4. But like Hollywood deserves to be in the conversation. What?
Just because you put Hollywood and Mahomes doesn't mean Hollywood's gonna turn out to be great. He could end up just like Tony.
So could Pickens,
or he could
Ron.
end up being great.
I mean, so could Pickens. I mean, Pickens is a head case. He is.
He's not a head case.
Ron, take Pickens.
You look at this.
Ron, come on.
Ron.
Of course he is.
Come on, Ron.
You're not letting me know. Look at the situation.
Would have been a top 20 pick.
You feel screwed up in the head. Pickett.
Ronnie boy.
Pickett screwed up, and he wasn't getting on the ball.
But Ron, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Ron, hold on a second.
You're on the clock.
The same passion that you just gave us with Pickens right now, you had for Pickett when you and I had argued about Pickett. So he had Pickett. The reason he's bad last year is because of Pickett. I know, but
until he showed and didn't want to compete.
I get that. I'm just saying, like, it's wild that all of a sudden, we can use last year.
Aren't you the one that says we have the right to change our minds?
I know, but
Ron,
I get that. But what I'm saying is the crazy part about this is like someone saying, I love California Adventure and I love Disneyland. I'm a little bit, into the California Adventure a little bit more right now. Oh my God. Like, we love both of them. We love Pickens. Ron, the world believes the same thing. Hollywood just went back to back with Pickens. Pickens went, then Hollywood went, and that had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you're arguing like a dead point because no one's disagreeing. We love Pickens, but you're irate about drafting Hollywood over Pickens when it's a rotational preference. that I could be on your side of the fence. I could be on your side. I could draft Pickens tonight over Hollywood in 4 drafts and draft Hollywood over Pickens, or draft Jaden Reed over both of them in 2 drafts. I could go Jaden Reed in 2 drafts, Hollywood in 2 drafts, and Pickens in 2 drafts. Like I almost just took Pickens at that Joe Burrow pick. What do you guys think of this team so far? I got Gibbs, Kyron, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Jaden Reed, Joe Burrow.
I like how you got Reed there.
Pretty tight.
Tebow's got Tyreek, Nico, Brandon Ayuk, Trey McBride, Stroud, and Kenneth Walker. I like that. That's pretty solid, bro.
Good team.
Ron, would you take Terry McLaurin or Hollywood Brown?
Terry McLaurin. Especially now with
They're very
JD5.
close too. So especially now with Patrick Mahomes.
And
Hollywood Brown.
ADP. But the thing is I think JD5 will end up targeting. He'll end up getting more targets. I mean, with Mahomes, Kelsey's the number 1 target getter, bar none. As long as Kelsey's there, Kelsey will maintain being the number 1 target.
Yeah, but Mahomes has enough to go around. And not to mention, Kelsey is aging out. Like, you don't know that. You don't know if Hollywood Brown and him are, like, rotational top option each week. Plus, Hollywood looks really good, Ron. I'm not saying that it's going to stick. It's, they got shorts on. I get it, but...
Rashid Rice only had 19 less targets than Kelsey last year.
I went lightweight bully quarterback. I went Jaden Daniels and Burrow. I love this. I love the squad.
I love that you got Daniels. That's great. It's a great pick.
This is very well built for week 1, but super solid all year long. Gibbs, Kyron, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Joe Burrow, Daniels rotational. It's not super flex, and Jaden Daniels, Jaden Reed.
Bengals actually have a good matchup too. They're playing the Patriots week 1, and so they could put up some points on the Patriots.
Hey, Tebow, you haven't really talked much. You're live, by the way. What can we do for you, pal?
Oh no! I'm totally good. I'm just going to actually make one point. That's why my $50 bold prediction that Pickens is greater than London, especially at their ADP, holds true, because that to me is a better argument than Pickens over Hollywood. I definitely agree on that. That's almost interchangeable. It can be.
Pickens over London is a lot more wild than Pickens over Hollywood.
Oh, I would do it all day.
Whoa. You might even have Ron Navy step in and step on this little theory you got going on. London? London Gold, bro?
Of course. Hey, look, because you can take both London and Pickens in their situations, and they were almost exactly identical last year. They had crappy QBs. You had Pickett and you had Desmond Ridder, who actually ended up with the better season.
Bro, we cannot go there. You can't. London was one of the top, if not one. Hold on 1 second. I'm on the clock. Do I go with Ron? Hold on. Do I go with Najee? Ron's there. Do I go with
yeah.
Do I go with Najee? Do you guys like Zach Moss, Najee, or Jonathan Brooks?
Najee. I'm a Najee man, so I'll say
Brooks.
Najee all day.
Brooks or Najee?
There you go.
I'll go Najee because we're trying to win week 1, so we'll go ahead and.
Yeah, Brooks could be.
He could be
later.
He could be like, So it's good.
I'm not a big Moss guy. I know you like him.
I'm not either.
I like him at cost.
I like Chase Brown. I like Chase Brown more.
I like him at cost more than anything, because it is about cost. It's not so much about, do I think he's the best running back in the NFL?
Yeah.
But he's very safe.
He can do what he did last year.
And he's got a great situation. And I do have Burrow, so, there's something to come back to, unless Tebow's going to step on it. But
nah, not worry about that.
But back to the question at hand. So, look, some things you can extrapolate, some things you can't. I don't think it's fair at all to be like, oh, London and so both had struggling quarterbacks, therefore they're in the same situation. London was number one or I forget the exact number, if it was 1, 2, or 3, in contested catching in the National Football League last year. And he also had Arthur Smith, worst play calling you could come up with at the goal line with this specific team. You had Ritter was awful. Ritter ran the ball in too. The goal line work was not there for anybody because Ritter would take it in or they'd hand it off to Algier, the best goal line running back in the league according to Arthur Smith. So I don't know, bro. I don't think this is something you can transfer over and say, oh, look at this. But bro, the whole world disagrees with you practically because look at the ADP of London, and not to mention London's a moon man. We love him here. You can disagree, it's fine. But Zach Moss, I don't know if Victor it just took him. He might have just randomly took him, but that sucks. I didn't get Moss as well. But go ahead. Anybody want to weigh in? Let's go to Mike real quick. Mike, you're live. Do you have an opinion on London? Is London worthy of?
This was actually this was going to be part of the question I asked. I personally am not taking London. I really don't. I like him, but I just think at his ADP, like I don't know if I could take him that.
I can
high.
understand that.
Like,
thank you.
I feel like you'd be drafting him at almost like his absolute ceiling.
I can understand that
like,
argument, but let's re-ask the question, which I think is crazy, borderline crazy. London versus Pickens, not that it can't happen, but like that.
Oh, I'm taking London.
Pickens,
100%.
Okay.
Get out of here. I'm taking London there.
Thank you.
Why I'm taking London?
Why? Thank you.
Why?
Because well, I mean, this is hypothetical, but this is hypothetical. I feel like someone, whether it's Ayuk, I feel like someone's also going to Steelers. That could happen. I mean, I don't want to predict that. You know, it might not happen, but if someone goes there, I think Pickens is going to just fall. Absolutely. I mean, if he's competing with a guy like Brandon Ayuk, then I don't know.
I love Pickens. Not saying I don't, but just because Jaden Reed could be like a top 5 or 6 wide receiver, just like Pickens could be. There's no way I'm even like letting those words come out of my mouth. The expectation level, but like of course everybody's got these percentage chances of being this like absolutely exploding talent. Even if we've seen a little bit of them already, but like I think London he came into the league as a top 5 potential wide receiver prospect. Like he could get to that level. He's shown it with some of the metrics. You got like I said, one of the best, if not the best contested catch. Production out of this guy, given the volume he had, and he's now has the safest running back room or quarterback room in the entire National Football League. He's the safest wide receiver in terms of his quarterback room in the National Football. The kind of feeling you want to have about Garrett Wilson, London has that.
No.
I feel like people don't realize how talented London is.
Quarterback room is Pickens. With both Wilson and just and
no, that's not a
no.
secure quarterback room. No, it's not.
You're
it's a high ceiling quarterback room.
Yeah, Ron. I think what Travis is saying is pretty spot on. It's got a lot of potential, and it is secure in terms of like he has a quarterback, but like the upside of it isn't as great.
But the floor is
with potential.
The floor is the basement, though.
Ron, your boy Cousins. You're bad mouthing your boy Cousins right here. If you believe Cousins is staying,
no, I'm not.
If you believe,
I'm not.
if you believe Cousins is staying in the lineup all year, how could Cousins not be a better quarterback room?
The safest, London has the safest back quarterback room, and I disagree. I think that Pickens has the safest.
That's okay.
Quarterback
disagree
room.
on it.
Fields and Wilson, because both of them are veterans that have played.
I got you, bro.
Penix hasn't thrown a freaking cast in the NFL yet.
I think this Cat Massady guy or whatever his name is got to be one of our people because he keeps sniping my guy.
Yeah, I think so too. Yep.
I got to take Corum here because
I honestly think that Pickens and London, they'll both be probably finished in the.
Well, Ron,
easily finished.
You're entitled to your opinion, and I appreciate your opinion. I do. It doesn't even matter if I disagree with it. I appreciate it, but I think that that's a little Steelers fandom coming into play there to say that Fields and Russell Wilson's the most secure quarterback room in the National Football League.
You even said that the Steelers have the best quarterback in the league probably because they got.
I don't think they're the best. I said that they had. No, I didn't say. I did not. I said I've been saying it over. Ron. I've been saying over and over that the Penix. I've been saying that the Penix Jr. and Kirk Cousins. I said that the Steelers did the best job because no one went and got the best backup in the National Football League. Yeah, but do I think? Okay. The best QB room is what we're talking about, though, Ron.
Yep.
And the most secure. Secure is the word.
Until Fields gets in there. Until Fields gets in there, it's not a good QB room. Like that's the whole thing. Is like, but it's because I don't like Russell Wilson from any sort of fantasy perspective.
But what makes the Atlanta QB room? What makes the Atlanta QB room all the much better? You got
with all the crap that he had to go through last year. Compare his numbers to how the MVP quarterback of the league last year's numbers were, and Russell Wilson was right there with him.
You would not have said this last year about Wilson. You would not have excused Wilson
25 first or Hawkinson in a third. 25 first. I don't want Hawkinson, just Sherman with the injury. Hey, what do you guys think of this? 25 first rounder or Hawkinson in a third? I don't think Hawkinson's worth the first rounder right now. I don't know what he is.
No.
Especially with the quarterback situation.
He has Ferguson and Kmet.
Yeah, it's risky.
Kick rocks.
He's a risky guy.
Kick rocks, Hawkinson.
Tight end premium.
Hey, guys, here's my team so far. Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, solid QB room. Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyron Williams, Najee Harris, Blake Corum. Smash. QB or wide receiver room, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Jaden Reed. Smash. Tight end, Dallas Goedert. It's a really good team.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, got it.
Are you think you're planning on grabbing a receiver soon?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, kind of have to.
I like the receivers all around. Reed's one of my favorite guys this year where he goes. I just think he goes, in my opinion, later than I feel like his skill can be. Like, he had such a dominant season last year. And I know Watson's going to be back, but I like Reed better than Watson, honestly. I don't think Watson's going to be so much better than Reed.
Watson can't stay healthy. Watson could, then he'd be in there. He'd be in the mix, but he can't stay.
Well, he's probably fixed that, Ron. We're hoping. That's the whole hope.
If he, we'll see. Because in the past, even last year, when Watson was healthy, he was the number one receiver.
Yeah, he was the number one.
I love Reed. I'm a huge Reed guy, but Watson wasn't the number one.
Yeah,
targets wise.
When he was.
I guess he did beat him at stats, but.
Yeah, he did. Look, Watson is a phenom. He runs a 4.3.
He's a freak. Yeah.
He runs a 4. What's his 40? 4.3. I think it's a 4.38. What is
Something like that.
But he has to prove that he can stay healthy whole NFL season.
True. But it's nice to know they found the reason. Like his one leg was over 30% different in size than the other one.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's weird, bro. That's freaky, bro.
It's actually not as weird as you think. When you have a major injury, you can never rehab that other leg to be exactly the same unless you have professional rehab training staff on top of it and you're going and doing it. If you're just like given the tools to rehab, like remember how we heard ETN walking into last year was kind of a risk, right? Oh, is he gonna have a foot injury, whatever? And ETN ended up saying that he was going to do his rehab all the way through the season. And I remember we talked about that. I went live on it. I'm like, this is smart. You know, he's not going to just walk away from his rehab. He's trying to get the other leg, you know, not just do the bare minimum. Like right now, from my early 2000s, in the early 2000s, I tore my ACL. and my calves are still different sizes. You wouldn't know unless I told you and sat them right in front of you. You'd be like, "Oh yeah, that one's just it's a little thinner." It's crazy. It's wild, but it's the way it is. Hold on one second. I don't think this is a debate. 80 Mitchell, Chase Brown.
I like them both.
I'm probably gonna go 80 Mitchell.
80.
Yeah, I'd probably say 80 so you can have that receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, buddies.
If you hadn't taken Corm, I would have said Chase Brown, but 80 Mitchell's a really nice pick there, I think.
Hey, Smitty, do you draft during the day as well?
I would probably say not. No, I'm working, bro. I have a job. I'm doing videos. I do. if I'm when I say I have a job, I mean this. But it's rare. If I'm doing a draft in midday, I take advantage of doing that draft on the live stream. That way I can get people, in the door on Underdog. It does, Underdog is something that I sponsor the channel. But like if I'm doing my like when I'm in this studio about 15 hours a day, man, maybe 14, 15 hours a day minimum. And so when I walk out of here, when I clock out, and that's 7 days a week too. So that's about 365 days a year. I'm working like on Christmas and, Miss Smitty's birthday or the kid's birthday, like I will take a significant portion of the day off and such, but I will then be so behind on stuff that I come in and I'm working, at least 7 hours at night, into the graveyard, but, I can't just have fun drafting. I wouldn't get shit done, but I do a lot of my drafts like, late night or early morning or something maybe.
Yeah. Because I was going to ask you, like, with the availability of the tournaments, if drafting earlier on, like in the summer, if you get an advantage to getting in some of those tournaments because they just fill up so quick, like right away. I mean, they're more cheaper ones, but.
I mean, there's always, like I said, pros and cons to, what's up, Chris from Vegas? Chris, you hear about the damn Conor McGregor fight getting canceled? I'm so pissed about that. There's pros and cons. That question earlier about do you get more value early or later? And the answer is more so early just because all of our, we're doing the work in January when people are waiting until June to get into it. So we're seeing stuff happen, but sometimes things change, right? Like we're drafting Frank Gore Jr. as an example, really hardcore early on, and then he doesn't get into a good situation. So all those drafts, we've wasted that one spot on him. Jalen Wright or Vidal?
Right.
Vidal.
If you're going for week one.
I'd probably go Wright.
Vidal probably
What?
be,
Yeah.
I'm going to go Wright.
Vidal for week one for me, but Wright.
You were going to take Vidal in the last one, and you didn't. So I thought you'd mix it up and take Vidal.
I took Wright in this one.
Think he can do something in week one?
I don't know that I need him for week one, although it's nice to have those options, obviously. But I kind of in a way took him for later just to make sure, because I have like let's say Najee loses work to Jalen Warren, then I have and I don't have Gibbs cuffed, and so I just want somebody that could be cooking later. Not that Vidal couldn't, but I mean, they're both kind of in the same boat.
What do you think of Ray Davis? D-Town was asking.
I like Ray Davis.
I was just saying that.
I like him.
I feel like he could get hyped up and it could just be all cooked, but it's just so hard to predict what they're going to do.
Yeah, I was about to say that offense is going to be really interesting. Just to see who ends up, going into that number one spot at receiver. I feel like it can be thrown around. I mean, I don't really know.
I think Kincaid is going to be like the number one pass catcher.
Amen.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
that.
I guess
Amen to that.
fair.
Receiver spot's up for grabs.
He becomes the Kelsey East dude in Buffalo, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause
90
once
catches,
Allen
I think,
finds
he
his
could
guy,
Yeah, Kincaid's gonna cook, definitely. Malachi Corley,
And
or do I go Ron's boy Roman Wilson's there? I know he'd say Roman. Malachi Corley.
I love Corley.
Let's go with the Yak Man.
Because Williams,
yeah,
ACL. I don't think he's going to be ready.
No,
I
he's
think
not.
A lot of people are talking about.
that
A lot
guy-
of people are
that
talking
guy
about Xavier Gibson,
fantasy.
but
I heard
I
they
think
talking about
this
Gibson.
kid's going to get a shot. This kid's going to get a shot, though.
Yeah, Corley. I mean, he's the closest thing to Debo Samuel that we've seen come out of college in a while. He definitely has that
I
Yak
saw some-
potential.
Hey,
Some
isn't he
say
on the
Corley-
ayahuasca trips with Rogers anyway?
I don't know. I don't know if
didn't he say that he wants to live with him?
He did.
Without
yeah,
another
I think he
injury.
is.
he's under the staircase like AB. AB used to live with Tom Brady. I don't know if you guys heard my Antonio Brown story earlier, but Antonio Brown was DMing me. He was asking me, things, that he was posting. He'd be like, "Hey, is this true about this? People are telling me in my comments about this. Is this true?" And I'd be like, "Yeah," or "No," or "Yeah," and I could answer like questions for him. And then I just merely asked him, "Hey, can you come on the show?" Because the reason I started talking to him is he was clipping some of my content and saying, especially when we talked about CT ESPN, he's like, even, this show agrees with me or whatever we were showing. And so I just reached out and I was like, "Hey, bro." I mean, he kind of reached out first, but I just said, "Hey, you want to come on the show?" And he the first, I didn't show the first comment was like, "I don't have time right now." And then it kind of lingered for a while, and then he asked me a bunch of questions, and almost using your boy Smitty. He was just using me, and he was asking me for information, and then finally after he's DMing me about stuff, I finally just said it again. I'm like, "Hey, can you come on the show later?" He's like, "When?" I'm like, "I go live in a few minutes, and just come on for 5 minutes." And he goes, "You got budget?" And then I said, "Well, I do, but I don't necessarily want to pay you to come on. This isn't a cameo." I didn't say that, but and he blocked me. And he just blocked me. So I put that up on the show, and it's just a wild story. But it was just so funny. I got it somewhere here. I'll try and put it on the screen here. Hold on one second. Let me find it. Like you got.
Yeah,
You got
he
budget?
wasted all his money. He's such a.
Got budget.
A tool.
He's
What a
great.
tool.
I'd bill him a
Took that
consulting fee.
that he hasn't been in the head. Ever since he took that perfect hit, he's never been the same in the head.
Well, we don't really know that, Ron. It just seems that after that he became such an imbecile. But yeah, the guy screwed the pooch big time. He
Thank you,
was a
Jonathan.
All-time great.
He never
All-time
acted
great
up
wide
in
receiver.
that perfect hit. That
Thank you,
perfect
Coble.
hit knocked head
Coble.
loose.
To the moon.
Coble to the moon. Yeah, that was probably where we think it probably happened. It occurred is his, but the weird thing is he knows something's wrong, and that's why he created CT ESPN to kind of play on it. Or he thinks people are just wild and they don't understand him, and he really thinks he's not off the wall. But it was crazy because AB, like, he was such a cool guy. He did not seem like him, his
Humble,
persona.
quiet.
And he was just like, "Hey, bro, really like the show, really enjoy the show. Hey, is this true about this? Hey, is this true about that?" Like, just kind of using me as like a resource. And I'm like, I didn't mind. Like, I would have kept doing it. Like, I wasn't mad at him. If he would have said, "Look, bro, I don't have time to come on your show." Yeah, if he would have said, "I don't have time to come on your show," maybe next year, I would have still answered all his questions. I would have been there for him. But he didn't like that I didn't have budget. So he blocked. He just blocked me. He didn't just ghost me. He blocked me. Like, why would you block me?
I'm telling you.
If you're watching right now, I mean, he watches the show. He watches the show. If you're watching right now, Antonio, hold on, let me talk to Antonio Brown real quick. AB, I forgive you, bro. I'm not mad at you. You can come back. You know, this is not a irreparable thing. Your boy's got a psych degree. Let me reel you back in. You can kick your feet up on my virtual couch. We can have a day. Damn, AB. What round are
He's such a disappointment. I'm the biggest Steeler fan, and he was great, and he just went to trash. His mind went to. He used to be humble.
Ron,
he was humble.
He could have had the world.
And then
he could have had the world. He was the best. He was the best wide receiver. Period. He was the best wide receiver, and he screwed it. He screwed it up. His
head. He went totally mental.
I don't know. He's got a pretty thriving rap career.
Got so much chaos in that locker room in Pittsburgh, it wasn't even funny.
What did you say, Travis? A thriving rap career?
He's got a pretty thriving rap career now.
He did the same thing on the Raiders. Then he goes to Tampa Bay, and God, I wish he would have never went to Tampa Bay and won a Super Bowl ring. You really deserve it.
Thing is, he's a Hall of Famer.
Hey, he won one.
Like he should be in.
He's not
he would have been.
He'll never be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Yep, he'll never be inducted into the Hall of Fame. No, he
just needs to stay away from pools, and he might get in there.
No, he shouldn't. He absolutely shouldn't.
No, he shouldn't.
No.
We need to get
part of being in the to me, anyways, this is my opinion. Part of being in the Hall of Fame is also
being in the Hall of
having some integrity. He has no integrity.
Yeah, but call me when the NFL starts to have anything to do with integrity.
Living in the Hall of Fame.
We got the numbers here.
Look at how long they took T.O. to get in the thing. Look at how long it took, and he didn't do anything here. What AB did.
Living in the Hall of Fame.
If they let Ray Lewis in the Hall of Fame, they'll let anybody in.
Oh.
Let's get Barry Bonds in before we worry too much about these other guys.
That's baseball.
Barry Bonds
I know, but
should be in the Hall of Fame.
No, Pete Rose. Pete Rose is in the Hall of Fame.
Yep, Pete Rose.
You're talking about people being in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose. You know who I like as the last pick? I love Audric Estimé. He's going to get all the goal line work in Denver, I think, this year.
Maybe.
Yeah, I've been coming around to him, Ron, in best ball drafts. Actually, he's a great late round pick. I think him.
Yeah, they don't have a goal line. He's a bigger back. They don't have a big back like him. So I think he's going to get a lot of touchdowns. I think he's going to be like another Montgomery.
I liked Smitty's idea the other night. Get Javonte traded to the Cowboys.
Get him cut, and then.
Or cut, yeah.
Because that was what somebody called in. They're like, "Have you heard the rumors about Javonte getting cut?" And I'm like, "I don't think he's getting cut, but if he was, it'd be a blessing in disguise."
Javonte isn't that small. He can handle goal line.
Yeah, Ron's right. They're not. If that was Ron, the Cowboys wouldn't even know. Wouldn't even see it. The value. They'd be like, "Huh."
Yeah.
We got Zeke. He's fine. He's fine.
They could have had so many good running backs. The Cowboys could have went after so many good running backs out there, and they took nobody. They got nobody. Free agency. They drafted nobody. Or anything. Cowboys.
They got Zeke.
You know what? I compare the Cowboys to San Francisco screwing up with Ayuk, because they could have had Ayuk at a decent price, re-signed him. He would have been happy, but they just let it go because they mismanage everything. Every time, every year, they mismanage shit.
I mean, they
offered
him like $26 million. I mean, I know that's not a lot for these guys, but that's still like, I don't know. I mean, they tried to.
Yeah, but at the time he wanted. Who was it that got signed? It was
CMC. He got extended. I don't know.
No,
is that what you're talking?
It was that receiver from the other team. Who got signed, Smitty? From Jacksonville, that went to Tennessee.
Oh, Ridley.
Yeah. Oh, Ridley.
Ridley. He wanted Ridley money.
I was thinking he was asking me a more complicated question. Ridley, yeah.
Yeah, Ridley. Yeah.
But
the guy. You know the guy.
Yeah.
But I'll say this,
nice
Ron.
to
This
get
is
Jelani.
exactly.
I feel like Denny now.
You know the guy? The guy.
But this is exactly
Yeah.
why this is why Ayuka won't be on the Steelers, because he won't. If he's not going to take $26 million from SF, there's no way Pittsburgh is offering any more.
Well,
than that.
that's why I said that the AJ Brown deal priced out Ayuk for almost every single team. The only shot he has is that Washington, with the money they have, want to go after him to pair him with his buddy. Because I mean that would be a phenomenal pairing. But every contract that happens makes Ayuk more likely to play on his 5th-year option, and he's much more. He's going to be advised. Like, look, you can get paid what you're getting paid now, which is whatever it is, 18 million, whatever, 16, 18, whatever the hell his 5th-year option is. Play on what you're getting paid now, and if you wait 1 calendar year, you'll get $30 million easily. Because the new money's going to creep up to 35, 36, 37, and so 30 is going to be your low ball offer 1 calendar year from today. So you can take 26 now, or you can wait and you can get, more guaranteed money. The guaranteed money is the most important part. The guaranteed money that the Niners are offering him doesn't matter if it's 26 million, 25, 26 million. That number doesn't mean anything. What matters is what's the guaranteed money. Guys, I need a third tight end. Theo Johnson.
Yeah, he's going to be starting. Bellinger's already hurt. He's interesting.
Kraft or Theo? Kraft or Theo?
Kraft. I'd roll the dice with Theo for big weeks. You want big weeks?
I went with Kraft. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I love the Jelani.
Oh.
I was going to say you should take Jelani.
We had a glitch. Damn it! This could cost me $20K.
Uh-oh.
Well, the good news is weekly. So if I lose my tight end, it's until I lose both my tight ends, I've got a shot. I have McMillan queued as
Johnson incoming.
I have my McMillan queued as my as my top player, but I was swiping. You know when it freezes? I was swiping. I was hitting the draft button. It just stuck. But I love McMillan. I
don't like that swipe and draft thing. I always almost draft people by accident with that thing.
I mean, I had him queued. I had my backup queued, just in case. But this is a good squad. I like my team. I definitely am rolling the dice at tight end. But in a weeklies, I'm not as worried about it. It's definitely a risky territory to be that my whole team could be. Let's say Goddard gets injured really early on, and then my only other tight end is Jelani Woods, and let's say he does nothing. I'm not saying I'm totally screwed. You can potentially still win something, but it's gonna be a lot harder for me to not have that, better tight end spot. But then you could also say that
was the last round.
Yeah, you could also say that Kraft and Theo maybe do nothing for me, So who knows? So here's my team: Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields. Really good trio of QB. Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyron Williams, Najee Harris, Blake Corum to go with Kyron, Jalen Wright for some pop later, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Jaden Reed, Jahan Dotson, A.D. Mitchell, Malachi Corley, Luke Musgrave, and Jalen McMillan, and then in Goddard and Woods. That's a good squad for weeklies.
Yeah. Real quick, that person, Cap Mathedy or whatever, the one that drafts after you, that you said you think might be one of us, they definitely are, because right after you took Jalen Wright, they took Vidal.
Yeah.
Right away.
Yeah, which is fine if Cap Mathedy's watching. We're just
one of ours.
We're just trying to figure out. I mean, look at the team. It's Achane, Devontae Smith, Laporta, Jameson, Trey Benson, Vidal. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like one of us.
And then Tebow, let's look at your team real quick. Tyreek Hill, Nico, Brandon Ayuk, Trey McBride, Stroud, Walker, Raheem Morris, JSN, Tua. It's a good team. You know my feeling on some of your drafts. Yeah. I don't mind the running backs you got, but I definitely like a more running back heavy team. I think this year is going to prove to create a whole bunch of content around early running back actually was really productive according to the data.
Yeah.
You know, because the wide receivers are pretty damn deep this year. You could roll with a bunch of Leggett and Coleman, Keon Coleman, and Malachi Corley's, and you're gonna pop. You're gonna hit some huge winners. This is one of the best rookie wide receiver classes we've seen in a long time. And I'm not saying I won't draft wide receiver. I've done that too when best player available dictates. But I just think that this is going to be one of those magical running back years. And people that follow the sheep to this wide receiver, you got to draft 3 wide receivers in the first 5 rounds because of last year's data, might fall victim to a change in landscape, is all I'm saying. Not to mention everybody's crowding the freeway. You know, it's like going to Disneyland. And I've used 2 Disneyland analogies today. It's like going to Disneyland. You could go when there's no crowd and the lines are short and smash, or you can, you know, jam pack in there during Christmas. You know? I don't know about you.
Yeah, next year you have people coming in telling you have to focus on running back.
Yeah, what are you doing? And I'm going to be like, we're going to go wide receiver.
So in my defense, really quick, I just went looking at this draft, and you tell me what in round 2, round 3, round 4, what running back would you have grabbed at that point in time?
Okay, you were at so, yeah, Kyron and Achane were gone, so that sucked for you. Look at there's no RBs that went. Josh Jacobs would have been good.
Jacobs or
ETN.
Oh hell no! Are you kidding me?
What do you? Whoa!
Way more.
Are you? Wait. What did you just say? What? Hold on, Tebow. Did you just say? Are you kidding me about a guy named ETN who scored like a top 5 running back last year? Like what?
No, Josh Jacobs. I said.
Okay, why don't you like Josh Jacobs?
And I couldn't get ETN. Are you going to tell me I'm going to take ETN at 27? I can't take ETN at 27. Are you kidding me? I'm taking best. When you look at my draft, I'm taking best player available.
Bro,
I'm
you also have no RB.
Just so everybody can understand on here, I've actually correlated the weekly winners on 2 teams to where I actually have it. I have 10 weeks where I have 3 particular game stacks. I have 6 weeks where I have 4 or more game stacks, and then I have 1 week where I have 5 game stacks, and that's in week 17.
Okay.
So when you look at it in that sense, and how you actually built a team, I think it's actually one of the better built teams on here.
Just keep in mind that game stacks are good when they make sense with the players, right? So if you think, okay, I'm actually getting the value out of this player. Like game stacking doesn't guarantee you shit unless the players are actually productive players. I'm not saying yours aren't. I'm just saying.
Course.
Okay, so looking at this team, I like it a lot. I think, you know, Tyreek Hill, Nico, Ayuk, McBride, CJ Stroud, Kenneth Walker, Mostert. This is the kind of team that, you know, I don't mean this in a negative way at all, that you look at the weekly winner, and this happens all the time. You're like, wow, like that just popped perfectly for that team. It's probably not the best team. You know, weekly winners is different. The teams that win those, a lot of the times they're not a team that would have a shot in hell at winning a Best Ball Mania, like because it's a weird combination. So in your defense, any one of these teams could win 20K, like for sure.
Of course.
But to suggest that Josh Jacobs isn't worth the 27 overall pick, I disagree with that. I totally disagree with that. I think he's got top 5 to 6, top 5 to 7 running back appeal in Green Bay, being their version of Aaron Jones. I would much rather have Jacobs at 27. I'd much rather have Jacobs at 27 than Ayuk, and then grab a wide receiver. Like who you could have got. I mean, damn, you waited so long. It's hard to compare this to, but like, you know, even Jaden Reed, or I know he went right before, but I'm just trying to find somebody in that round. Jaden Reed, Christian Watson.
I love Jaden.
Give me Jacobs and Jaden Reed over Brandon Ayuk, and I love Kenneth Walker, but we don't know what he is yet
but again,
this
Brandon,
year.
But again, Brandon and I, just so you're aware, Brandon and I, when I'm looking at my draft, I look at where the best players are available, and I go, okay, who's the best player available? But then I go, who also can I correlate with? And so that's why I said Brandon.
I got you.
He's a part of the core. He's a part of that. So
I get you. I'm just saying, like, you know, I've liked your teams more when I see some RBs sprinkled in there a little bit. Is all I'm telling you.
Oh, trust me. I'm a Bijan supporter, and where I can, you know, I'm always drafting the Bijan. My biggest two RBs that I own actually are Bijan and Saquon. Those are actually my two highest owned besides Najee Harris. But if I'm not in a spot where I can draft those guys, then I just can't do it.
Yeah, I tend to go wide receiver a lot more than I think anybody probably realizes. It just has to have the flow of the draft. Like a lot of private drafts, if something happens and it flows perfectly, you'll see me, like, I'll even show some of them. Nothing wrong with wide receiver. And I've gone wide, especially from that 12 spot, I've gone wide receiver before quite a bit, and I don't mind it. And then, because you got the turn pick, one of those could be an RB. So I'll go wide receiver, RB, or whatever. But I think you're vastly underestimating the ability of Jacobs to be a running back one. I think he could be really good. And the fact that ETN was a top 5 running back, why can't you take him at 27 in a weekly tournament? Why is he a laughable 3rd round pick? Even early 3rd round pick. I'm just curious. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, or you're wrong or I'm right.
No, actually, I'll say this now that we're actually talking about it, because you're right. Actually, the one thing I probably need to do is throw ADP almost out the window, like when you get past maybe the first 2-3 rounds, because it is about drafting. And if I had to get a Jacksonville player. So when you look in this, I took a Jacksonville player. I think, who did I take? Yeah, I took Gabe Davis in the 11th. I was like, oh, fuck. You know, I was like, well, I need a receiver, so I'll take Gabe Davis. Travis Etienne probably would have been better in that sense, and then I could have gotten I could have gotten a Donnie Mitchell, because when I heard you talking about getting him, like, oh, man, I can't believe I missed him. so yeah, so there's a little give and take. So
This is a weird draft, though. Look at once Saquon went at 19, it went all the way down through round 2 and all the way down through round 3 before we saw a running back go again. That's wild. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 picks. There's no dead zone. There's kind of a dry zone, but like Jacobs and ETN were very worthy of being in that 3rd round. So there's no dead zone. Pacheco's in the 5th round. White's considered a potential 5th rounder. I don't think there's a dead zone at all this year. It is one thing to note, if anybody's looking at this is not a snipe environment. Achane and Kyron go early in the weeklies more than they do in the regular other formats, because it's weeklies and nobody's worried about Kyron getting hurt necessarily if you're trying to smash for one 20K prize in one individual week. Or you say to yourself, Kyron's going to be a top 5 running back till he gets injured. I'm not saying he will. I'm saying the negative Nancy's. And then all of a sudden you're getting 5 straight weeks of maybe getting 20K. Because there's probably no running back, in my opinion, other than Christian McCaffrey and Bijan maybe, and Breece Hall. Okay, I keep listening more and more. And Gibbs. Hey, hold on. Let me give all 7 of my top 5 running backs. But you could say Kyron's like, if my life was on the line and he's healthy, like he's starting the game, and my life is on the line and I need 100 yards and a touchdown, I'm calling Kyron Williams. Probably even more than anybody. McCaffrey might get you 100 total yards and a touchdown, more likely than anybody. But I would call Kyron Williams. If someone said your life was on the line, you need 100 yards rushing and a touchdown, I'm going to go. Is Kyron available? Hello? All right, boys, I got to go. I'm exhausted. Ron Navy, you got any final thoughts? Because you haven't talked for a while.
Well, yeah, I think a weekly's done a lot differently than regular best ball, so it's a different strategy. And we still don't know, because last year was the first year of it, so
data's
still up for debate on the right strategies and stuff like that, because there's no statistical data really. to show what's the best thing to do. And the fact is yeah, you can stack the games and all that, but realistically, what we think preseason, because we got to go. I mean, a lot of us are looking at how the teams do last season, but how many times does that not work out? We think we're going to get a great high-scoring game,
right,
and it turns out to be a dud. That happens a lot.
Yeah,
So,
and sometimes people even use like the data of this correlation, and you're like, well, when's the game? Well, it's I don't know. You look it up, you're like, that's a Thursday game, bro. You're like, that correlation's thrown out the window. But yeah, correlations are good. I think Tebow, you draft too hardcore and strict to them. I'm not saying I'm not saying you're not going to win. You might win a first place prize this year because of it, but I'm just saying there's some good and bad with that. The bad is that, like Ron said, you're going off of last year's data, and especially when you say, hey, teams, 60% of everybody that made it into a top 10 finish in Best Ball Mania, and you're talking about 10 people. Or if you want to use the whole, people that advanced into that final bucket of 300 or whatever it ends up being, that 60 or 65% went wide receiver, or went 3 wide receivers in the first 5 picks. There's still a bucket of people, let's call it 10%, that went running back. Just because the percentage is greater, you got to ask yourself, am I a running back person? Like, do I nail that strategy better than anybody because of my ability to get the next big breakout wide receiver? Maybe you're a Puka Nacua connoisseur type of drafter. You know how to do that. You got to ask yourself, how good am I at this? How good am I at that? Just because you hear it's good to do this, are you good at that type of drafting? There's so many variables involved. That's why I get so frustrated when people come in and say, you can't win with Jamar Chase without Joe Burrow. Like, what are you talking about? Maybe the odds showed you, even 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row, that you have a greater chance, maybe. But then you see something like where Ron Navy had a chance to win probably some pretty big money, and he had that Hamlin game where he had Josh Allen and Burrow, or whatever the hell. Who do you have, Ron? Who were the players?
I had Josh Allen. I had Higgins. I had Burrow. Let's see. No, I had Burrow, Josh Allen. I didn't have Josh Allen. I had Burrow.
Are you okay, Ron?
Higgins.
Ron, you having a stroke? I had Josh. No, I don't have Josh. I had Josh Allen. I don't have Josh Allen. Did you have Josh Allen, Ron?
I kept on because I'm looking at a team and I have Josh Allen, and that's why. But no, I had Burrow. I had Higgins. I had.
Okay. Well, anyway, my point. My point being is that, and I'm not saying the DeMar Hamlin thing happens every year. I'm just saying that, if Ron had diversified, maybe he would have won it all. Maybe he would have won, a top 15 finish. There's a lot of reasons why. And the whole other thing, when people say you can't win if you don't have Burrow and Jamar Chase, what in the hell are you talking about? Joe Burrow got hurt last year, and Jamar Chase still was delivering. If you had Hurts and Jamar Chase, tell me how you're not having a better year. Jamar Chase or Hurts was a top 6 quarterback in 11 weeks. He was one of the most consistent quarterbacks you could find. Top 6 quarterback in 11 weeks. You put Jamar Chase with Hurts this year, it's better than Jamar Chase and Burrow this year. I don't care what the data says. I don't care if the likelihood is a little bit more based on the number of people that have done it last year, that came in last year. If I believe Mahomes is going to be the number 1 quarterback this year, I'm not drafting Burrow with my Jamar Chase. If I did believe, and I don't believe Mahomes is 1, I believe Josh Allen's 1. But I'm just giving you an example of this is wild. It's wild to me that because the odds are more likely based on last year, that we're going to come in and tell someone they're not winning. It's crazy to me. I can't wait till somebody this year, and the other thing too, and this is maybe one reason why you do need to go with the flow at times. Have diversity. I'm not saying to always push against the grain and drive against traffic, but when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams that are going wide receiver, they all have wide receiver. Think about it. Like 8 teams, let's say, out of 12. Well, now you've got 8 teams out of 12. And what's the likelihood that one of these teams is the best team out of the other 4 teams? A lot higher likelihood. So now you have everybody following suit, doing the same thing. Of course, a lot of people that have wide receiver are going to make the finals, because you have literally 75% of every single drafter in every single league doing the same thing. So is the data really that accurate? And if you're good at this right here, this going against traffic, maybe these people aren't, deploying the right strategy. Maybe these people lost Burrow. Maybe these people lost Cooper Kupp, like whatever the case may be. Like, there's a smaller proportion of people there. Doesn't mean you can't go in here, infiltrate this little crew, and you're so good at RB drafting and late wide receiver drafting that you smash the hell out of these people, even though you're in a minority group of likelihood to make the finals bucket of player. It's wild to me.
We also all get that with all our strategies and everything else that we do, there's still a lot of luck involved. You got to be lucky that your players don't get injured. You got to be lucky. I mean, there's a lot of luck involved. It's not. You got to do good, strong drafts, but it takes lucky.
It's like poker, baby.
Yep, you got to be lucky.
All right, boys, I got to get out of here. Appreciate you.
All right. Yeah, it is like
right on,
2:13.
Good draft, guys.
All right, later, guys.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Smitty.
Yeah,
Later, everybody.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Later. It's going to take forever to go through every one by one. I appreciate every one of you. Please sign up on Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. I'll drop the link right now if you guys want to get into this draft next time. Please hit the link right this very second. Smash it. Do it live. It's also pinned in the live chat. Don't forget that we have our Patreon. I closed the Discord. We're rolling with the Patreon go forward because it is absolutely remarkable. It's a joy to be a part of this Patreon. I'm telling you, the people in here are amazing. It's all the show people, like Discord or even the comments of any video I do, or the Instagram comments or wherever. It is a parking lot full of people you don't know. But on the Patreon, the diehards, $10 a month, it eliminates a lot of that. And the diehards on the channel are sitting in here in these 10 live chats, talking throughout the day. The game day chat right here, the game day lounge, is where we're all going to congregate during the live during the games, whether it's Friday, occasional Friday game or a Thursday game or whatever. And the first 200 members, and you'll be good through tomorrow night at midnight. I'll keep updating you on whether you can still get a spot, but good through tomorrow night at midnight. First 200 people will get a spot in the 242-man league. I will cut this off at some point in a couple days. So if you want to get in, make sure you sign up. Details to come on that, but we'll be drafting on a Saturday, a marathon of drafting on these 11 leagues of 22 people. I'll appreciate everybody. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Oh, and the Marsman Moonman. Yeah. Thank you, Travis. Look at these bad boys. So this is the Marsmen and the Moonmen. Last year's winners of the Marsmen Jack of all trades. And the loser was TMT. And TMT is not getting kicked out of anything. Salty Choppers won the Moonman League. And so he infiltrates now the Marsman League. And TMT goes over to the Moonman League and to replace Salty Chopper. So you don't downgrade your status, but you infiltrate or fall into these different leagues. So loser each year is going to go into the Moonman League, and the winner goes over to the Marsman. So I eventually, after like 5 years, 6 years, we'll probably have like a 60-40 split or something, I imagine. So TMT, go win the Moonman League, as Travis just said, and win your spot back. That'd be wild if next year the two swap. Like Salty Chopper gets last over here on the Marsman League, and TMT wins, and then it goes exactly back like a Rubik's Cube. It's like turn once, turn back. That'd be wild. That'd be absolutely crazy. Thank you to my Marsmen and Moonmen. You guys are absolutely amazing. And don't forget to utilize that phone line throughout the year. Tebow with the $20 hauler. Great draft, Smitty. Next time I have a chance, I'll take ETN. Attaboy. And look, first of all, thank you for the $20 hauler. Second of all, you know, use the advice I give you, bro, but understand that, you know, last year I didn't like Joe Mixon, as an example, and I was wrong. I could be wrong on so many things. Doesn't mean I'm not right more than I'm wrong, or I don't think anybody would be here. But I'm just letting you know that you need to trust your gut. Everybody out there, you need to trust your gut. Don't let me talk you out of anything. Just allow me to nudge you over a fence you're on and you're not sure where to go, and you hear me come in and talk about Kyron, and you're like, I agree with that. I feel comfortable now with that. I was a little bit worried, but I actually love him. Yeah, let's go Kyron. If you absolutely hate Kyron and you think Kyron's going to bust, we actually need you. We need you to push his value down anyway. But don't ever, as strong of an opinion as I have, don't ever let me talk you out of something that you don't believe in. Like, draft your own team. The last thing I need is a bunch of people in here like they were in weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that said, yeah, you told me to take Gibbs, Smitty. I'm never listening to you again. Unsubscribe. I'm a crybaby Caleb. And you, which is such a weird term to use now because I'm not even trying to use that as a pun for Caleb. I'm a crybaby Caleb, and I drafted Gibbs because you told me to, and I even took him way higher than you told me to because I didn't listen to you, and now I feel like I have a trash team because Gibbs sucks, Smitty. Breece Hall didn't do as good in the beginning. I ruined my team. Oh, it's week 7. Gibbs looks like an absolute monster. Smitty. I'm back on the channel, baby. I subscribed again. Thank you for the Gibbs advice. Last thing I need is somebody, you know, not saying Tebow's doing that, but trust your gut. And for goodness sakes, thank you for the $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
See you all later in the, this video over here. Yeah, I put another one up on Instagram. Tebow says, remind me to tell you my story of trading for Gibbs. Okay, will do. Sick Nasty says JJ McCarthy, and that's another one. Like, if he believes in him, he shouldn't, and he doesn't let me influence anything. Jack of all trades, who won the Marsman League, says I stuck with Mixon last season. Yeah. Trust your gut. Always trust your gut. Oh, Smitty, my DM says rock out. Let's see here. Ron says we need more mess. Let me pull up the DM for rock out and then drop Ron's 20.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
Ron Navy making a mess of the studio. 1, 2, 3. All you care about is the... Thank you, Tebow. Thank you, Ron Navy, dropping 20 wads galore. And Rock Out, I'm sure Rock Out's left me a wonderful number. How many people we got in here right now? 106 total. 43 from Twitter. I don't know how. I don't know if I want to keep streaming to X all year long or not. I've been doing it in the off season, but I kind of want to make the people over there come over to YouTube. You know. So eventually, I may like end the live stream on X like after about 10-15 minutes or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, Rock Out. This one sounds seductive. There we go.
I give you breeze, 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 like a Reese, a piece, he a beast, he scoring, touchdown, he dropping low, he won, call away, he's breeze, he's breeze, he's Reese, he's a piece.
Are you in the bathroom? Like, I don't know. I'm not. Why are we whispering?
I give you breeze, breeze, breeze.
That may not be the one. Or it is. It may not be the one, or it is. Ron says we need more. We'll let the chat decide if that's the one or not. Sometimes the one you think is not going to be the one ends up being the one. I don't really know. On that one, I kind of feel like I need the chat's vote on that one. Ron Navy.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
I don't know. Let's see what the people say. I guess Polk looks really good too. Seductive rock out, says Ron Navy. Screwing touchdowns. For anybody that doesn't know, Ron, I don't know if you heard this one.
What you want, man? What you want?
Oh, that's not it.
I want Bijan scoring touchdown, dropping low, singing lined up. I want fly J5 to the moon and dance along the stars. He will be Bijan.
Where's the Cooper Cup one?
Give him my cup.
This is one where he says screwing touchdowns.
Cup, scoring touchdown, down, in the fourth round, give
My cup. Still more, says Ron Navy. Still more, says Ron. Damn it, Ron.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
Give me my cup. Give me my cup. Cup.
Fly J5 to the moon and dance along the stars. It will be top 5 and rise all year long.
Oh, come on. Ron.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
These Bills are getting beat up. There's about 10 of them that are in halves. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate you.
Fantasy football, scoring touchdown, no injury, just balling out, going to the moon and Saturn. We be dropping low in our lineup. What you want, man? What you want, man? I want Bijan scoring touchdown, dropping low, singing lined up. I want Bijan.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
I traded away Mahomes for JD5. Let's see here. Hold on one second. Kenwar, appreciate you dropping the super chat. The box is empty. Kenwar, I traded away Mahomes for JD5, Gibbs in 25 second in his super flex. Mahomes for JD5. Yes, a smash, bro. Oh my god. I mean, JD5 could be as good as Mahomes. That might sound wild to people, but I don't care. JD5 Gibbs in a second for Mahomes in a Dynasty Superflex. I do that all day long. I do that all day long.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I mean that is a broski move, bro. And then Ron gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Ron. Ron must have had There must have had some sales on the steak dinners. Ron's got some extra scratch tonight. And let's see here. Gifted tonight with our gifted members were 5. Tebow gifted 5. Ron Navy gifted 10. And I think that's it. And yeah, Kenwar, what a smash of a trade, bro. What a great trade. That's one of the best trades I've heard in a while. In fact,
got him.
You got him, my boy. You got him, my boy. Thank you, Tebow. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Rock Out. In order, reverse order, Kenwar, $5 hauler, Ron Navy, 49, 20, 20, 20, 20. Give me my cup. Ron dropping 20 super chats. Rock Out, Tebow, appreciate your 20, your 220s. Coble, Just Sherman, Rock Out. Tebow, appreciate you. Sick Nasty, Rock Out. Isaac, let's go. All right, now I'm out of here. Appreciate you. Later. Deuces. Bye. Thank you to my mods. Space Ricky, Travis Rowe, Sick Nasty. Who else is in here? Mod Squad. E11, see you later. Harris, we'll see you later. See you on Patreon. Jack of all trades, later champ. All right, I'm out of here. Deuce.